GNCC is back on MAV TV for round number 11 of the 2023 series. Bryson Neal looking to capture the national championship here today and seal the deal on the 2023 season. But a lot of riders stand in between him and the number one plate moving into 2024. All that starts right here, right now on MAV TV.
To go, GNCC Racing!
Well, hello and welcome to round number 11 of the 2023 Progressive Grand National Cross Country Racing Series, presented by Specialized, your AMA National Championship. We are here for the Canati Tires Buckwheat 100, but we begin, as always, with the Specialized Race Recap. Mikey Wayne's here. I'll be taking you through today's racing action. And here we go with that Specialized Race Recap. The XC1 class off and rolling, the Cobra. Jared McClure with a hot start in just a couple of weeks, well, a few weeks ago. I guess we had an extra weekend between rounds, but nonetheless, great start by Jared McClure, the sneaky snake, if you will, and Bryson Neal. A strong start for him and a great ride by the man you just saw there a moment ago. That was Adam McGill, the Gator. Always does well in West Virginia. He's certainly going to party, we know that. But some great racing went on in round number 10. This season, abbreviated by one round. I believe in 2024, we're going back to a 13-round format, but in 2022, a 12-round format. So we'll take it. So one round left after this one to seal the deal on the national title. But nonetheless, it was Bryson Neal going to work throughout the day, trying to put himself in position to pick up where he left off at Snowshoe. He did just that, ended up finding his way to the front of the pack and brought it in with a checkered flag, courtesy of the Ricky Towery. And we caught up with B. Neal, the Bidwell Bullet, after his win. Now a very, very convincing points lead on the season. And taking a look at that top 10 overall, it was B. Neal winning at Hunter Hart third, and the Coltrane, Cole Richardson, round out the top three.
Today, one of the biggest keys to the race was getting off the line, and man, fortunately, he was able to get a really good jump. I think we was second to the first corner. Got a little bit tangled up, but we started going to the woods, and that was huge today. So we was able to get by Hunter and get to Jared, and we was able to make a pass at the rock section. And then, man, I had a little practice crash last Friday, and I banged my shoulder up pretty good, but every lap I just felt like I got better and better. And then once Hunter, he made that pass on me, and in the rock garden section, it's like the adrenaline kicked in. It's like from there I just felt solid. I was able to hit, and then from there it was just man, I was feeling the flow. This track was awesome. Dan Adassey, he had me dialed today on the start. The power today, Jay Goebel and Dustin, the Impact Solutions, the shock changes that we made last week. Huge. The bike was handling great. Thank you guys. This is just really excited to be able to have a really good summer off and get back to racing, and this track was awesome.
Well, we take a look at your point standings. As far as that is concerned, after 10 rounds of racing, B. Neal sits atop the points. Hunter Hart second, Coltrane, Cole Richardson in third. And while in all reality, we take a look at it, and Bryson Neal is poised. He's got to have a pretty good finish today. Maybe a top 15, give or take, depending on where Hunter Hart ends up. And now, as we say that off and rolling, how about this start for Hunter Hart? I think he edged him out right there for the whole shot. That looked like the number 3 crossing that line first. Little checkup from the neck up. Little carnage there for the XC1 Pro class. But, boy, how about a Hunter Hart? A strong start for him. B. Neal not back too far. Good start and good season, by the way, for Josh Merritt. He has been pretty stellar all year long. So hopefully we get a chance to talk a little bit more about him in this one. There is Chris Borich bringing it up at the back of the pack of this stacked XC1 class. We take a look at the XC2 Whole Shot Award up for grabs courtesy of BNR Motorsports. And there he goes, was it the 171? Yeah, Grayson Eller, that was the 171 of Grayson Eller grabbing a whole shot and early lead. Good to see him doing his thing. A good start for Grayson Eller. He's had some podiums this season, but still looking for that win. Maybe he captures that here today. Back out front with the XC1 class. And our leaders all rolling still in pretty tight with one another. Good racing early on in this one. Going to be fun to watch it develop. Love seeing the XC2 class. Some of those guys working up in through there already early in this one. So, championship on the line. But that man right there, the number 3, Hunter Hart, he can play spoiler. He needs to get a win. And that's kind of where, well, really both Hunter Hart and that man right there, the Coltrane, you can tell those guys need a win. They're sitting 1-2 right now. It is Bryson Neal behind him in third. Great ride here early out of Walker Fowler. And I got to say, for Walker Fowler, as you take a look at it, you know, he came back his first race of the season, snowshoe, had a 6th. Hard to judge how he does there. We'll talk more on it in just a moment. Right now, we're going to get a word from our sponsors, and we'll be right back with some GNCC. This broadcast of GNCC Racing on MAV TV is brought to you by Specialized. It's you, only faster. And RockyMountainATVMC.com. Get ready. Well, GNCC, more than just ATV racing, more than just dirt bike racing. We had EMTB racing on Saturday night at the Buckwheat 100. And, well, as you can tell by the footage, do not adjust your TVs. That is pouring rain. That's right. This entire season, I think, has been made up of pouring rain. And it's something that we've really just kind of had to embrace. As a matter of fact, we had to do a makeup round even for EMTB because of the amount of rain we've had this year. But, boy, they embraced it. There is no doubt about that. And I got to encourage you, Charlie Mullins, look at this man. The guy's an absolute machine out there. Former national champion, looking like Cypress Gorey might be the man this year, the number 8 ride. But nonetheless, if you've never been to a GNCC, if you've never raced EMTB series, can't encourage you enough to give it a shot. Everyone I have ever talked to that has raced this, whether it be the pro level, the women's pro, the amateur classes, the youth, whatever it is. We even have a big bore class. So if you're a fella up over 200 pounds, there's a class for you. My point of this is these folks, they love it. They can't say enough good about it. And I just got to encourage you, if you get an opportunity to throw your leg over an EMTB, specialized machine, whatever, give it a shot. I guarantee you, you're going to have a blast. Charlie Mullins picking up the win at the Buckwheat 100, as we've seen him do so many times. Back to the XC1 Pro class, and an absolute heater going on in the XC1. Look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's count again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's 6 guys. 6 guys out of the XC1 Pro class, all within a shot as you watch them coursing this through the Yamaha live drone. This is one of those situations, hey, we're kicking up a little dust. What a difference, a little time makes, right? But this is one of those situations where you want to follow close enough in a guy. You're not having to eat the dust, but you don't want to be so close that if he makes a mistake, you can't get caught following the leader. Just so many complexities go into racing GNCC as we dip back down into the woods here. And you got some hungry riders. I don't care what the situation is, whether you're fighting for a national championship, you're fighting for the pride of West Virginia, like that man, the 521 of Adam McGill, or you're that man there, Bryson Neal, the number 1, out in front of Hunter Hart in the number 2 spot, as Cole Richardson chases them down from the 3 position. How about that? The number 11. I just got to say, Josh Merritt, we talked a little bit about him early before the break. been a stellar season for him. You know, I think it's only a matter of time. I'm looking at 2024. I think we're going to start seeing more of Josh Merritt on podiums and fighting for podiums. He's right there on that cusp. Here goes the Bidwell Bullet, trying to put a little bit of time in between him and Hunter Hart. And back to the idea of the storylines. Walker Fowler's a good example of a man who is chasing a storyline. He was injured a lot, questioned whether or not he would come back. He comes back to Snowshoe. He finishes with a, what was it on the day for Walker? I think a sixth place. He finishes with a fourth in round number 10. You know, what can he make? You know, he's knocking on the door of those podiums. I think before the season's up, either today, you know, he's back there a little ways right now, but he's going to get up in the fight. I got to think he's continuing to get more and more comfortable on the machine. I think we see Walker Fowler take a podium before the season's up. Maybe today's that day, but boy, I don't know. You look at the blistering speed there by the Bidwell Bullet, by Hunter Hart, by Cole Richardson. These guys are hauling the mail. Let's not take anything away from Josh Merritt. He has hung with these guys in the past, or this season. He's been up there fighting with them. Can he keep that pace for 2 hours? I think he can. But my whole point of that is, and boy, look at the gap now. Bryson Neal with some time. And how many times have we seen this year, this situation this year between Cole Richardson, Hunter Hart? I got to say, no love lost between those guys on the racetrack. They keep it professional in post-race interviews and between each other. But, boy, they have Hunter has been the thorn in Cole Richardson's side all season. And Hunter Hart has been the thorn in Cole Richardson's side all season. Flip that. I don't know if I messed that up, but you understand what I'm saying. They've been irritants for both of them. And meanwhile, that guy right there, Bidwell Bullet, Bryson Neal, if you're on the Phoenix Racing Yamaha, you say, have at it, boys. I'm going to go do what I do best. I'm going to try and run away and hide right now. So Bryson Neal in a very, very good situation. Was looking down at the machine, and now Bryson Neal comes to a stop just before he heads into the woods. And this is not good if you're Bryson Neal. Now let's take a look at this. Okay, I say take a look at this as they're on the other side of some bushes and we can't quite see what they're doing, but it looks like is it the rear end problem perhaps? Are we taking the seat off? Seat come loose. Is it something as minor as that? I don't think it is. Judging by the all hands on deck, I think we've got a serious mechanical issue. We've seen this. Maybe a stick gets lodged in there, something. Kind of struggling to see. But Bryson Neal with problems as the XC1 passes him. New leader, Cole Richardson, Walker Fowler. It was Fowler. So Fowler, your new leader, Hunter Hart in the 2 spot, Richardson in 3rd. What's going on with Bryson Neal? We'll be right back. All right, and we are back with more Progressive GNCC here. This, the Canati Tires Buckwheat 100. A new leader, Walker Fowler. We were just saying moments ago, I think he's going to get a podium before the season's up. Throw it out the window. Maybe he gets a win. And I got to say, while we wait to see what went wrong with Bryson Neal, we got some reports. It sounds like may have had a battery issue. So of all things, Bryson Neal with a battery issue, looking like the win may be out of reach. Let's not doubt the man. We've seen him do some incredible things, but he doesn't need a win today to capture the title. He can still win the national championship. I don't know how far back he can finish, but he is... I want to say if Hunter Hart was to win, right now Hunter's in the 2nd place position. I believe, if our math is correct, Bryson Neal needs like a 17th place or better. So if he can finish that in the OA, and here he goes, okay, Bryson Neal's back on the machine, and more trouble for him. No, he gets out in time. He said, sorry, man, I got to go chase me a number 1 plate. Obviously, you want your number 1 plate the day you can capture it. Sure, you want to be the center of the box. You want to win. You want all that glory. But right now, it is about Bryson Neal doing his job. And I want to give some kudos to B. Neal, because that man wrenches on his own bike. He knows what he was doing down there. He had his team down there with him, which helps him out tremendously in this chase for the championship. So now it's really the Bidwell bullet against the clock. But let's talk about this. Walker Fowler is your leader. Are you kidding me? Into the 12-mile marker goes Walker Fowler. And there goes Hunter Hart. And, boy, I just got to say, I'm going to say it. I'm going to put it out there. If you came into today and you said Walker Fowler wins, I'm going to tell you you're crazy. And that's not taking anything away from Walker Fowler. If you'd have said, hey, I think he gets a podium today, I would say absolutely. A win, though, it's not over yet. But will Walker Fowler capture win number 73, I believe? We'll be right back. This broadcast of GNCC Racing on MAV TV is brought to you by Specialized. It's you, only faster. And Rocky Mountain ATVMC.com. Get ready. All right, did some math. Welcome back. Did some math. It would be win number 74 for Walker Fowler. So 73 is how many wins he has under his belt. 74 would, he wouldn't move up on the all-time wins list. However, he would be one win away. If he can capture a win here today with 74 wins, he would be one win away from tying some fella named Chris Borch on the all-time wins list. And here he comes, ladies and gentlemen. Are you kidding me? A fist in the air. Walker Fowler is going to bring it home for a win here today. Are you kidding me? If you don't like this, you just don't like racing. That is incredible right there. Let's not take anything away. I acknowledge Bryson Neal had a mechanical. He sat on the side of the track for more than 6 minutes. I understand all that. We're not taking anything away from the man with the number 1 plate on his machine. But this man right here, if you don't see the emotion in Walker Fowler, what this means to him, what it means to Dad right there, Mark Notman, his mechanic. I mean, that's just... There's Mom coming in to get a piece of a hug from Walker, and I mean, that's got to feel good if you're Walker Fowler. So many people questioning whether or not he still had anything left in the tank. Will he ever be relevant again on the racetrack? Here's your answer.
Man, I got an opportunity to be up, to be in second, and I saw that we were only 48 seconds down, and I was like, well, he's, Neil's probably going to win, but I'm going to do everything I can to reel him in. And we come into a straightaway, and they're working on the bike, and I'm like, oh my goodness. Like, I heard Hart get real loud behind me, and I'm like, I know he wants to win because, if Neil would DNF and he would win, it keeps the championship points alive, and I think Neil still finished, so it didn't matter either way. But in my head, I was like, I got 2 opportunities to win another race, to keep the 13-year win streak, 12 to 13-year win streak alive, and I just need to win another one next year, and that'll tie Bill Balance, and that'll put us tied with Chris Borch for the overall wins too. So win number 74. This place, the Jennings family, an awesome group of guys. Have been racing locals with Corey, and just shout out to Chris Jennings and the whole family, the Norelkme crew, for letting us have an awesome time here. This is one of the best tracks I've ever raced.
Well, congratulations to Walker Fowler on just a sensational win. No doubt about it. Hunter Hart and Cole Richardson going toe-to-toe as they have done, call it what it is, 11 different times this season. They have gone toe-to-toe and bring it in for second and third.
Pumped for him, second for us. It's a solid day for us. Had a pretty good crash last weekend at a local. Pretty sore from that. My side's pretty purple. Ribs are pretty bruised up. So it was actually pretty hard to breathe today. But, all in all, I'll take it. We were probably riding at 75% today, just trying to suffer through it. And, yeah, we'll take a second. Bummed to be leaving here without a win. But, hey, it's called racing for a reason.
Well, taking a look at your top 10, how about it? Walker Fowler with the win, Hunter Hart with third, Cole Richardson rounds out your top 3.
Yeah, I prefer to race clean, but I don't like kind of getting T-boned dead in the side, 3 times. But, we'll take it with a grain of salt and come out next race and see what happens.
And as we exit the Cole Richardson interview, there you go, your top 10. B. Neal scores enough points to put it in the bag. Bryson Neal is your 2023 national champion, and Boy, he had to make us nervous in this one, and he's all smiles, though. We had a chance to catch up with him after the race.
Oh, man, I don't even know what to say. The emotions right here, I didn't even know I got it till just 5 minutes ago. And the last lap, man, that track, I was having such a blast. This Phoenix Yamaha ATV was just ripping. The CST tires, Oka shocks. Man, the thing was dialed. I was having so much fun on that track today. The fans were awesome. Everybody was hooting and hollering, giving me thumbs up. And man, we was just having a great race. And it looks like on the very last lap, I forget what mile marker, but it looks like I had a battery failure. My main battery went down on me. And good thing that I broke down literally right in front of David Eller and Lonnie from DASA and Justin Fallon and Ryan from B&R came over for some tools. And man, we swapped batteries, and it took us 2 or 3, 4 different things to go through to try to get it. But man, we finally swapped. The bike started, and we was able to get this thing in and bring home this championship. So by all means, we're super happy. We're gonna have a big smile, but oh my gosh, my heart sank.
Now, huge congratulations to the 2023 champ Bryson Neal as we take a look at our specialized race recap. Look at this, Josh Merritt up in the fight early. Does he get it? You know what? From that angle, it looked like Josh Merritt got it. So I'm crediting, on second look, I'm crediting Josh Merritt, but nonetheless, early lead goes to Hunter Hart in this one, and Hunter Hart enjoyed it for a minute. Bryson Neal had his troubles. Walker Fowler goes to work. But, yeah, just great racing. Good to see Merritt. Merritt was out there battling with Walker Fowler. What name a better guy to learn off of. Adam McGill in the mix early in this one, and Wyatt Wilkin continuing to make strides in his rookie season. But this right here, Bryson Neal, mechanical issues, as we know now, a battery issue of all things. And kudos to Bryson Neal and his team, the Phoenix Racing Yamaha team. Cool, calm, collected. I know in those situations, hey, seconds feel like minutes, minutes feel like hours. The clock was ticking, but he got the job done. That's what's important. And how about this? A little GNCC throwback for you. Walker Fowler getting out front, Hunter Hart in the 2 spot, Nicole Train, Cole Richardson in 3rd place. And I gotta say, for Walker Fowler, I don't want to speak on his behalf. I gotta think this win is one of those special wins. For a man that has 74, if this one doesn't sit atop that list, it's going to be pretty close. That's going to wrap things up for us here. I'm Mikey Waynes. See you at the races.